the Not So Average Podcast crew. Yo. What is the deal? You already know what you did. If you don't know what you did, you probably need to know what you did. Listen, you already know. You have joined the Not Your Average Podcast crew, baby. And you already know who I am. You should know who I am. I am your boy. Well, that is Miss Yo-Yo, but I am your boy, Philly J, not from around your way, but damn sure somebody's way. Probably my mom and daddy's way. So shout out to my mama and daddy one time. And with me, I have a co-host like no other. You feel me? A co-host like no other. It's always great when you can sleep with your employees. Hey, I'm playing.
Whoa.
That wasn't for real. I don't sleep with my employees or anything like that.
That
But
was too much info.
listen, y'all go ahead and give it up for the one and only Miss Yo-Yo. What is the deal?
Well, thank you for that awesome intro, as always.
Yo, I
The
feel.
hostess with the mostest.
Hey, listen, man. Beetlejuice taught us that, right? Didn't Beetlejuice say that?
Yep.
The
exactly.
hostess with the mostest.
What is the deal, everyone?
Well,
It
what
is
is
the
the deal
girl,
with
your
you?
girl, Miss Yo-Yo.
Yeah.
So I do want to go ahead and say welcome back, everybody.
Okay.
We are in another week. I hope everyone had a good 4th of July weekend, or let's say Independence Day. And it was safe
Independence Day for who?
for the United States.
Oh, yeah. Just not everybody that lives in there. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I hope everyone had a good start to their Monday. And yeah, here we are. Another show.
Hey, I hear that.
Another day, another dollar.
Okay. Well, what have you been up to? What did you do? Because you had a beyond I guess I would say an enjoyable time.
Eventful
time,
very
I
busy
should say.
time. Yes, I was for the whole week. We left Saturday?
I think
Saturday
so.
morning, and we drove, me, my brother, my sister-in-law, my 2 nephews, and we did a road trip. We drove all the way to Georgia, to the woods.
I never go back to Georgia. I never go back to Georgia.
It was a pretty awesome trip, to say the least. I got to do a lot of different things. I got to spend time with the family, and it was pretty awesome to be in the woods, in the wilderness with nature, exploring and doing new things that I've never done before. So it's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, what did you do? You can't be like, yo, things
Oh
that I've
man,
never done before.
what didn't I do? So we explored some wineries.
Okay.
We explored some breweries. We I went tubing down one of a river. It was amazing for like 2 hours. Um got stuck a couple of times in different spots, but was able to get myself out. My tube did go over, and I did fall out of my tube, but I got right back in. And it was a great time. My nephew and I did the slip and slide.
Slip and slide.
Yeah, we also were able to do fireworks, just us. It was fun. I rode a 4-wheeler. I saw deers. I picked big wild berries.
Hold on.
out.
I forgot to hit y'all. This is how I was supposed to come through today.
Oh my God.
This is how I was supposed to come through. You feel me? Because of the lights, y'all. You feel me? You know the way your boy's eyes are set up now. You did the way your boy's eyes are set up. I need some help. I need some help. Shout out to my Lord and Savior one time. But go ahead. What's your story?
No, I mean, we hit up some antique shops. We hit up the downtown. We hit up some restaurants.
I gotta show you guys what Miss Yo-Yo got me. It was pretty much it's one of the greatest gifts that I've ever received.
I wouldn't say the greatest, but
It was one of them at
one of
least,
them, yeah,
right?
one of
One
them.
of them.
But no, it was definitely an experience.
Hmm.
Nonetheless, I had a really good time,
Okay.
and I'm glad to be back. And
Is it because you're glad to be back, like with me, or like you glad to be back for the show? Like, what you glad? I mean, listen, what you glad for? You feel
I'm
me?
glad to be back home with you.
Because I got the juice. That's why. Because I got the juice. You hear me? I got the juice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No? Oh, man. Well, we got some juice for y'all today. You hear
Uh
me?
oh.
Do you hear me? Listen, got some not your average news. And in this not your average news, we got a little, we're gonna hit y'all with something different today, right? Today is gonna be a little different than most days. Yeah, yeah. So um would you, Miss Yo-Yo,
Yeah.
would you at any given time, would you wait for the rapture like in the basement? Would you
Hell no.
join one of these cult
Hell
places
no.
where they're like, yo,
Hell to the no.
you got to give breast blood? And
Absolutely not.
no,
Absolutely not.
no, not even a
Absolutely
little
not.
bit.
No way.
Well, at least 77 people were rescued from a
Oh
Nigerian
my
church
God.
basement after waiting for the second coming of Christ.
Really?
Yes.
Not this shit again.
Well, police arrived at the Whole Bible Believer Church in Ondo State, and 23 people were kidnapped. And excuse me, 23 of the people that were kidnapped were children. Some were as young as 8.
Oh my
The
God.
report from Sky News reported. Additionally, some people were kept in the basement since last year as pastors continuously told them that Jesus Christ was returning for the rapture. One pastor said the church members said the rapture would take place in April, but pushed the date further to September. You scheming bastards.
Oh
Anyway,
my God.
one parent said he was separated from his child and they were attacked if anyone tried to gain access to the church. The parent said, "We had a cease of suspect we had a case of right. I can't read. Sorry, the way my eyes are set up. But anyway, we had a case of suspected abduction. A parent walked up to the police station on a Friday evening, and she said some of her children had left her home since last week, but nobody knew where the fuck they were. Policemen followed her to the place and they found out that it was a church and attempted to talk to the pastor and invite him over to prove abortive and members who were around turned violent by attacking the policemen who were there. And the police also said that, yo, shit is going to get crazy if you all think that you can just abduct people. But I personally think that's part of the human trafficking trade. That's the easiest way for people to be like, yo, they didn't pay us right.
It's crazy because Nigeria is a deeply religious country, and there are many religious leaders. And it's not the first time that authorities have reported rescuing people held by clerics, whether voluntarily or by force. There's no way you're gonna get me into a freaking basement.
Hey man, you don't know,
What?
man.
There's
Shit
people
gets
been there since
listen.
August. They've
Shit
been there
get
since
real.
January. Like, what the fuck are you doing in there? 6
Listen,
months?
shit get real in the field.
Are they
You hear
feeding
me?
them, and are they like being like
Who knows?
what goes on in there?
Listen, I know what
They've been
go.
kept in the church since last year.
Listen, if you are out
Oh
there,
my
okay,
god.
and you are allowing people to kidnap you for the rapture, then I'm not gonna lie to you, man. You probably need to be kidnapped. I'm not gonna hold you. If you are an adult and somebody tells you, hey, listen, the rapture is coming, okay, and just to let you know, God is gonna be at the end of that. See, God got a real plan. Amen.
Mhm.
Make sure you put the tithe in the offering. You feel me?
Yeah, there's
The
something
people that got
seriously wrong with
kidnapped, yo,
people
they
like
probably didn't
that.
put enough tithe and offering in the plate. You know, you got to put that dang in the plate now. If you don't, you know what happens. You know what happens.
Sorry.
Violation. You know what happens. Well, they're gonna make you go ahead and tune into the Not Your Average Podcast Crew, now streaming on all
That's what
platforms.
they should do.
Yo, I swear every day we come up on different fucking shits. So yeah, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Apple, iTunes, Amazon, iHeart, Podcast Addict, whatever other shit you can get your podcast from. More than likely, you're gonna find us, baby. Shout out to my man Corey one time over there on IG. What's the deal, my guy, Brad Dron? But yeah, listen, if you out here getting kidnapped, then hey, I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't help you. If you are, if you are over there on Instagram, make sure you slide over on YouTube too. The Not Your Average Podcast Crew. We are now streaming live every Monday, every
Nigeria
Monday.
ranks as the 7th worst country in the world when it comes to Christian persecution. Christian persecution on the Open Doors 2022 World Watch List, its highest ranking ever.
Oh.
More than 2,500 Christians were kidnapped in Nigeria, up from 990 the previous year.
Okay.
Which it's according to Open Doors, which monitors persecution in over 60 countries.
Damn.
As many as 4,650 Christians were killed in Nigeria during Open Doors' USA's 2021 reporting period. Wow.
Listen, man, stop stealing people. How about that? Stop stealing people. And maybe life will go a little bit better for y'all. Speaking of stealing, so Marie, would you ever?
Damn, you're giving away all my information.
Hey, listen, the world know you, okay? Because I'm pretty sure I said Marie once or twice already. Anyway.
Oh no, yeah, you're true. You're right.
Anyway. So, would you ever rob a bank with any type of locator?
I knew you were
on?
going to ask me this.
No. Would you
were
rob a
going to
bank
ask me this.
with any type of device locator on?
You seriously have to be a dumb.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let that thing fly, man. Let that thing fly.
Dumb mother flubber.
See,
to really sit there and rob a bank with some sort of device monitoring you. Like, what kind of idiot are you?
well, I mean, maybe he wasn't thinking. Anyway, Mr. Darren Connolly, right? Connolly, Connell, Connolly, was on parole, right, for a liquor store robbery in 2016.
Damn.
Well, he is accused of robbing a Lakewood credit union while wearing an ankle monitor.
Oh my God, what an idiot.
Listen.
How dumb can he be?
Right. So court records filed in Colorado's U.S. District Court accused Mr. Connolly, 26, of robbing the Canvas Credit Union near Wadsworth Boulevard and 6th Avenue, as if we're ever going to be there, right? Anyway, while wearing his ankle monitor on June 15th, records indicate that the monitor also revealed movement aligned with the getaway car.
What?
With the getaway car, right, that was captured on surveillance cameras just right before the robbery.
Oh my God.
Exactly. First off, I think you are retarded.
Definitely slow.
Yeah. I don't understand how he even got away with that. Anyway, there was one ankle monitor in the area of the credit union at the time of the robbery. Furthermore, The same ankle monitor arrived in the area as the suspected vehicle and left the area at the same time as the suspected vehicle, an FBI agent wrote in a criminal complaint.
Oh my god.
Damn. Images from the federal criminal case show the men storming into the credit union, armed with rifles while dressed in hoodies and a mask. Of
Mm-mm.
course, court records show Connolly was arrested a day after the robbery. Connolly has at least two felony conviction. Damn. Anyway, felony convictions on his record, according to a review of his criminal background. Court records show Mr. Connolly was initially charged with 10 charges,
Oh my
including
god.
attempted first-degree murder stemming from a liquor store robbery in Jefferson County in 2016. In that case, Connolly was accused of shooting a Good Samaritan during the robbery. The Good
The
Samaritan
fuck?
was not hurt. Man, real quick, let's go ahead and see this goofy ass dude, man, and let's see if he looks as goofy
At least
as
he's
we think he
consistent.
is, right? Let's see what he looked like. It can't be.
Wow, just wow.
Wow. Yeah, hey, listen. Wow. Fucking wow. Force of habit, as Miss Yo-Yo definitely did say. I think a lot of people, first off, why the fuck would you go and try to, like, why would you try to sit there and
What?
rob a bank? Like, you already have all these strikes against you. Why go out your way to, like, I don't know, that just doesn't make sense to me.
Hmm.
If you're already in criminal mischief trouble, why continue it? You feel me?
Because he definitely doesn't care. He's just like, what do I have to lose?
Yeah, right.
I'm already on
Listen,
parole. I'm going to jail.
yo, hey, right. You already know you going to what they call the booty house. The
Mm-mm.
booty house.
There's something that was passed. It's called sweetheart deals. You've heard of that?
Nah, but go ahead.
Let me see if I can find what it is exactly.
Sweetheart deals. Is that
Yeah,
like you get you
it's
a good celly to rub you or something?
no, it's like a contract negotiated between the federal government and defendants to address allegations of corporate misconduct without going to trial. So it's something that was passed. So there's like a middle ground. There's like they're negotiated.
Mm.
Basically, they have to pay like a fine, of penalty.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. So the agreements are negotiated contracts between the government and corporate entities accused of possible misconduct. In broad terms, when the government alleges transgression, the entity is required to admit wrongdoing, cooperate with the government, pay a financial penalty, and bolster corporate compliance programs to avoid future misconduct. In exchange, the government agrees to hold prosecution for a set time period. Yeah, I wonder how that affects like the laws, like these type of crimes.
Well, put it like this. If you go out your way to do goofy ass shit, guess what? You're gonna end up in a booty house, baby.
Yeah.
And you know what happens in the booty house? Booty things. Booty things that sometimes you probably won't be able to live past and or whatever. But you're gonna be in a booty house.
Mhm.
Tell them, boo, where they gonna be at?
Definitely in the booty house.
The booty house. And that's where you get your things taken. And that's your manhood.
Oh, it's
And
just a plea agreement, basically.
you get your peanut butter taken. Now, speaking of peanut butter taken and taking people's peanut butter that don't belong to you, we have, well,
Mm.
listen, if you agree to involve yourself in some sexual activity
What?
involving one or more people, you probably shouldn't be out here getting jealous. You feel me? I'm just saying, you shouldn't get jealous. Before we get into the article, we got the video of the brawl. You hear me? We got the video of the brawl. Producer, real quick, go ahead and let's pull up that video of the brawl real quick. It's real quick, phone video, you know. But yeah, let's pull up that video real quick.
Wow.
Damn. Question is, man, real quick. Question is, um, first off, as security on the boat, how do you even first off, how do 60 people get into a fight about a threesome? That's the crazy part about it.
Yeah.
Like, you're upset
An alleged
because
threesome.
come on, man, you on a boat, man. I know how them boats go. Y'all out here fucking.
Mm-mm.
Y'all out here fucking. And somebody probably hit raw. Somebody probably that's the reason I'd fight. Is because somebody clapping raw cheeks.
Mm-mm.
That's raw cheeks you clapping. Nah, man. Raw cheeks can lead to raw meats. Man, listen, man, you better stop.
Allegations of
Okay,
cheating.
you better stop. You better stop, man. Raw cheeks, man. You need to you need Jesus, okay? You need Jesus. You need to go find somebody because it's not right. It's not
Definitely
right.
not the
So,
way things are going right now. Shoot.
right, the video, right, can't even get rid of these things. Anyway, video footage shows between 40 to 60 passengers punching and shoving each other as security struggled to maintain control. Trust me, I've been in situations where it's been about 60 people, and at that point you just got to find your working homeboys and say, hey, man, we can't get our ass kicked. Anyway, the ship was on the final night of its 8-day Caribbean cruise, having stopped in Dominica, Turks and Caicos, and the Bahamas before returning to New York.
Oh my God.
Um, in her words, oh, whoa, wow. In a woman's words, right? In her words, she told Fox News that the guests involved punching were ignorant fools acting stupid. All hell broke loose when the threesome's significant others found out about their escapades, the travel agent revealed. Uh-oh. No serious injuries were reported, but bottles were smashed amid the
Damn.
chaos, and one woman suffered a cut with your goofy ass. The fight eventually ended up spreading out to different parts of the ship, stretching from the fifth floor down to the first floor.
Oh my
Oh, this
God.
was yeah. With no sign of the chaos subsiding, the Coast Guard were called to escort the ship back to dock where NYPD was waiting. No arrests were reported in the immediate aftermath, but an investigation was launched. The brawl erupted as the ship approached New York, but it was unclear whether the vessel was in New York or New Jersey or international waters at the times. Well, that's what police said. Police also say passengers disembarked gradually without incident. Other witnesses tweeted that he was at the bar listening to my own music, sipping a Shirley Temple, and then the brawl broke out of nowhere.
A Shirley Temple?
First off, sir,
Too
be
grown
ashamed.
to
Be
be.
ashamed of
You,
yourself.
why would you say that? I would have
Be
kept that to
ashamed. Be
myself.
ashamed. He added that some of the passengers were injured and cut up from the glass, and at the most, if not all, of the ship's security guards rushed the club to restore order. Hey, if you ever know them little clubs in there, it's small. So, like, why would you want to
Listen,
fight?
it
It's
was the
it's too many.
last night they wanted to go
It's
out with a
too many
bang.
women for y'all to be out here fighting. And if your lady got fucking meat that, you know what? I guarantee you what happened. Yo, a relative smashed another relative's wife. It has to be. or a
Listen,
homeboy smashed a homeboy's night.
for all
It
you
has to be.
swingers out
It
there,
has to be. Make sure you got like.
when you're thinking of booking, some sort of
Go ahead.
a trip,
Uh-huh.
just to see if there's how much action you can get on the other side on a Caribbean, what do you call it? Caribbean cruise. One minute you're hooking up, and the next minute you trying to protect yourself from bottles being thrown and punches being thrown in the middle of the ocean.
Listen, stop listen, stop sharing your women. Stop sharing your
Use
women.
your brain, swingers.
Stop sharing your fucking women. Stop sharing your fucking women, okay? It is not cool to share your women. Now, if you can share your woman and you can be cool with it, okay, and vice versa with women, if you can be cool with it, okay, then hey, that's cool. But don't be out here being all weird and shit. Like, come on, man.
Somebody cheated.
Come on, man. Just because yo lady let another dude get up on that monkey, okay, then
Mm-mm.
listen, that's on you. That's on you. Hey, listen, next time make sure you pay for it, okay? I pay for it. I pay for it. You know who else gonna have to pay for it or might not have to pay for it ever again?
Who's that?
Shout out to Rihanna one time.
Oh,
Shout
yes.
out to Rihanna one time.
Right?
Shout out to Riri. Riri doing her thug thizzle.
Yep,
Can
for
we
sure.
can we see a pic of Miss Riri real quickly? Do we got her?
We
Well, we'll
do.
probably get we'll probably get it. We'll probably get it. Miss Yo Yo, real quick, tell us about. Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about Miss Rihanna and making her
Well, right.
billions. Her
Congratulations to Rihanna
billions.
being the youngest self-made billionaire woman in the US. After knocking Kim Kardashian into second place.
Uh oh.
She's 34 years old, by the way. She was recently named in Forbes' annual list of America's richest self made women for the third year in a row, ranking 21st overall. She is the only billionaire under 40 on the list. The next youngest billionaire on the list is 42 years old, Kim Kardashian, who has a net worth of 1.8 billion, while Kylie Jenner, also being named the youngest self-made billionaire in 2018, the title was taken away after a recalculation of her net worth, which is currently 600 million. She's the youngest non-billionaire on the list at 24. According to Forbes, Rihanna is now worth 1.4 billion. Of course, only a fraction of that is from her music career, where she earned the title of top-selling digital artist of all time. Since she has very few songwriting credits, her catalog is not as lucrative as fans might think. More wealth comes from her other businesses, including her Fenty Beauty and her Savage X Fenty lingerie wear. Earlier this year, Bloomberg reported Savage X Fenty was working with advisors on an initial public offering that could value the company at 3 billion or more. Rihanna owns 30% of that company. She also owns 50% of Fenty Beauty, which is reportedly worth 2.8 billion dollars. So
Mm.
yeah, so can you believe that? Like 30% of that only comes from her music career.
Yeah, because I love
Amazing.
Rihanna, but Rihanna's really not a writer like that.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, um, yeah, right. Like, but listen, Rihanna, a hustler though,
No,
man.
I mean I think that's amazing that she was able to, do the get into the cosmetic and beauty, industry, and the basically the lingerie, and you know that company's doing so well, and the Savage X Fenty, Fenty Beauty. So good for her. Basically, probably won't have to hear another record from Rihanna anytime soon.
You don't need to. Like when you have things like Fenty, Savage, and all this Fenty Beauty and all that other stuff, yo, what else do you need to do?
Pretty much nothing. Just live life. Live life.
Like that's really all she has to do now is live life and raise her little baby. That's it.
With ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky, you feel me? Shout out to ASAP Rocky because he did his thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome that she's even surpassed the Kardashians.
So real quick, Miss Yo Yo, We'll talk about it after the article. I heard Nicki Minaj might have a little beef somewhere.
Mm,
I heard Nicki Minaj might be like really sliding, like trying to beef with folks.
damn.
Miss Yo Yo, can
What's
you
up?
tell me what's going on with Nicki Minaj?
Well, first of all, what do you feel about personal relationships and business relationships? I mean, I believe that you still have to have some sort of, respect, some sort of uh just like overall just be cordial.
Ooh,
When you're working with someone, and you have a personal relationship with that person, you still have to do your job and you still have to be professional and respectful, in my opinion.
yes, yes.
So,
Okay, so my question, well, okay, so my question is this. If you had a homegirl who said, yo, man, I don't really fuck with old girl like that. Like I don't really mess with her. Like she ain't really my cup of tea. You feel me? Like I ain't really with all that. You mean to tell me that you would still, let's say, work with old girl, old boy?
if I didn't have a choice, I mean, I would definitely
But
have to um try to be professional and be respectful at that point because there's a lot involved. The stakes are high. And so if that's what it is, then that's what it is.
I personally, I am loyal to my friends by default.
Right.
Like, if my friends say fuck them, I'm gonna try to be cool with you. Like, right? Like, low key, I can't be
But if you
out there
work with
though.
that person,
Yeah, but then it becomes how close are people, right? Like, how close are Kanye and Nicki Minaj? That's the question.
true.
How close are they? If they're not
I
really
mean, I'm
close
pretty
like
sure
that,
they have
then
mutual friends. Like,
man, I don't give a shit about mutual friends. Mutual friends don't do shit for me. You hear me? They don't do shit for us.
yeah,
Fucking mutual friend. Mutual friend, be all right.
I get it.
Happens. Man, fuck it.
You have
Fuck
to
it.
be rational, though.
I do believe that you do have to be rational. I do believe that. Um, Real quick, Miss Yo Yo, go ahead and let us know what happened with Miss,
Okay.
and then we'll get into the video clip. But go ahead, what happened?
So, Nikki was one of the headliners at the Essence Festival this weekend.
Okay.
She took the stage Friday night. The festival was being live streamed to everyone at home via Hulu, but ahead of the Good Form rapper's performance, her fans were informed they would no longer be live streamed. Since the festival used Nicki in particular to advertise the live stream, the Barbs were absolutely furious. The Barbs being the Nicki Minaj fans were absolutely furious when the stream cut off. So hordes of fans took to social media to complain about sitting through the entire festival in hopes of catching her performance, only to be disappointed. Of course, clips of Nicki Minaj's performance made their way online regardless, with one especially interesting bit showing the rapper throw some shade at Kanye West, who has been her longtime friend, it says. According to this article, so she was performing her verse from the Yeast classic Monster, where
I'm
she's
in the
featured
UK.
on.
My
She
bad.
cut off the song to proclaim, "Our monsters out and we don't fuck with clowns."
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
At the time, Minaj didn't say what her problem is with Kanye, who she has been close to since he featured on her Monster in 2010,
Men
which is
don't fuck
widely
with clowns.
considered the biggest verse of her career. Conveniently
Yeah,
enough,
because she killed everybody.
this diss from Nicki comes on the same day as Cardi B's last song or latest song,
The-
Hot, was released, which features Little Dirk and, you guessed it, Kanye West. So
and
it's
it
safe
sounds the same
to assume
as that other
Onika,
shit.
which is Nicki Minaj's real name,
Oh, Nika.
government name, isn't too happy about Yee working with Cardi. So we'll never, though we'll never hear that from her probably. I mean,
Yo, real quick,
what can
producer,
we do?
let's pull up that clip real quick so you guys can see and hear for yourself. Let's go ahead and pull that clip up. She
Damn.
funny as hell. I don't care, yo. She funny as hell, to me at least. She funny as shit.
Mhm.
She said, yo, we don't fuck with clowns. But you know what? I fucks with New Orleans.
Damn.
That's how you don't lose the fan base there in New Orleans.
That's
If you
fucked up.
are already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the Not Your Average
People are wanting to
podcast
fucking cancel
crew.
their Hulu subscription. They are just upset.
Yo, because they think it's bull cocky. Yeah, fucking bull cocky. So, speaking of bull cocky, because that's like lying and shit like that, right? Like
Basically.
bullshit, bull cocky, fucking bull cocky. So, we got to talk about our guy, our number one guy. Shout out to Mr. Elon motherfucking Musk.
Oh wow.
Shout out to Elon Musk. Real quick, producer, can we pull my guy's picture up and let's see what we talking about real quick about my guy, Elon Musk. Musk.
Crazy.
Listen, I believe Elon Musk is doing shit because he's bored, okay?
Yo,
I
for real.
believe Elon is bored as shit. And I think Elon said, I want to buy Twitter when he was bored. And possibly his friend Donald Trump was being picked on, as he says, or maybe even thinks. So, Elon Musk is attempting to back out of his controversial Twitter
Damn.
acquisition,
Twitter is pissed.
right? The Tesla CEO announced his decision on Friday in a letter filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commissions, right? Musk claims he's terminating the $44 billion agreement because the platform made false and misleading statements
Damn.
during the negotiation process and
That's what
failed to
happened.
meet his contractual obligations. Mr. Musk is terminating the merger agreement because Twitter is in material breach of multiple provisions of that agreement.
The
Appears
hell?
right appears to have made false and misleading representation upon which Mr. Musk relied when entering into the merger agreement, and is likely to suffer a company material adverse effect. The letter reads, back in April, Musk agreed to purchase Twitter at
Mhm.
54.2, well, 20,
Yep.
uh, excuse me,
$54.20 a share.
$54.20.
Right.
You got it.
20 cents a share.
A share
Basically,
equals
it's like
43.
$46.5 billion.
It's $43 billion. However, he later threatened to squash the deal if Twitter didn't provide additional data on spam bots, which would allow he and his team to make an independent assessment on the prevalence of fake accounts on the platform. Twitter has
Mhm.
failed or refused to provide this information, the statement read. Sometimes Twitter has ignored Mr. Musk requests. Sometimes it has rejected them from reason that appear to be unjustified.
Damn.
And sometimes it has claimed to compile why Mr. Musk, right? Pretty much, listen, Twitter is trying to get over, and I think Elon Musk and his people did a heavy, through and through, thorough investigation on them, and I believe that they possibly found some shit that was not groovy for them. You feel me?
Damn.
Yeah, and that's where it becomes, did he buy it because he was bored, or did he buy it because he was really trying to do something?
Maybe he's trying to get a reduction in the price.
Well, the article
Trying to
continues
get a
to
lower
say that
price.
the letter also states Twitter breached the agreement by terminating its general manager of consumers and its product lead, as well as announcing its plans to fire a third of its talent acquisition team. Damn, Ringer argues the company failed to comply with its agreement to seek and obtain consent. Wow, my goodness. I got to stop reading off my phone and on something bigger. Consent before deviating from its
Mhm.
obligation to conduct its business in the ordinary course. Wow. According to the Associated Press, the acquisition included a $1 billion breakup fee that would be paid by whichever party decided to walk away. However, experts believe Twitter may decide to take the issue to court in attempt to save the deal or
Yep.
secure a larger payout. You sons of bitches. You bitches got nothing but bots running all through that motherfucker. And now y'all want to
So
sit there.
basically, they're gonna make money regard. Twitter is gonna
Twitter
get some
Twitter's
money
gonna make money
regardless
regardless. I mean,
because they could force he can force Twitter may decide to like to it might make more sense to agree to a lower price or receive
mhm.
compensation rather than try to force him to pay the whole amount that he had originally agreed upon. So
True.
they probably gonna settle some shit because I doubt they to really go and battle that shit out like in court.
Yo, Elon, you a wild boy. You a wild boy, Elon, out here making nigga
Oh,
purchases.
he's actually as part of the deal, he's contractually obligated to pay $1 billion breakup fee.
Yeah, so he gonna win in the end because all he gotta give is 1 billion. That's it.
Yep.
Compared to 40 something, I think I'm straight.
Yo, one instance, I don't know if you remember, but back like what you call it, a French retailer tried to they made a deal with Tiffany and Co. And they agreed to lower their price by 425 million from 425 million to 15.8 billion.
Damn. Damn. That's money, baby.
By 425 million to 15.8 billion. So they still made mad money when that happened. That shit's crazy.
Listen, I think
Too much
that
money.
it's a bunch of rich motherfuckers out here just making money.
So he thinks, or they think, that Twitter is misrepresenting how many accounts are fake to drive up their revenue. So
Yes, and I believe that shit.
it
I
could be
believe,
true.
listen, if you don't believe it, go on any social media and I can guarantee you that you are going to be faced with a shitload of bots before you actually get to the real comments. So yes, if I was Elon before I buy some shit like that, yo, I'm gonna look at the fucking bots and yo, how many of this shit is bots? You got to prove to me what was it like they had to prove that less than I think 5% or some shit like that were bots,
Yeah.
and they probably couldn't prove it.
No, they couldn't.
And my man probably saw that shit and said, "Yo, man, I'm cool."
He wants to protect people. So
Okay, yeah, he want to protect his own
and his
interests.
own shit, like
He don't really care about us. What Michael Jackson said, "All I really want to see, they don't really care about us."
basically.
You feel me? They don't. So my next question, Miss Yo Yo,
What?
is okay. How can I word this? Would you be okay with your friend dating your husband once you die?
No.
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 Why not? You're gone. You ain't got to.
No.
You ain't got to be selfish.
No.
That's selfish.
Absolutely not.
That's why not. Give me 3 reasons.
Cuz it's wrong. Morally, it's wrong. And what? So you were just sitting there waiting? That's just creepy. That's just weird.
Nobody is waiting, but what if
Nah.
it just
Nah.
happens?
Nah. No way.
You don't believe it just happened.
No. There's so many people in this world and you choose your friend's deceased husband? Like, really?
Listen, I don't see nothing wrong with it. How is it wrong morally? I don't see how's that
That's so wrong. I,
morally. How?
I mean, conscious, I couldn't do that. Like in my conscience, I'm like, how close were you to this friend? Like, how could you like?
We kind of close if you call me a friend.
No, exactly. Like, how?
Damn, thank you for being a
That's not even
friend.
like. How could you do that?
Yo, thank you for being a friend.
I've heard of also like siblings doing that shit too,
Nah,
like
man, fuck
marrying
out of
their
here. I
their
don't even like none of my brother's bitches that they do be getting. Fuck out of here.
that shit
Ugh.
is crazy.
I'd be sick. Like, nah, I'm good. Well,
Seriously,
let me make you feel better. I said I'm good, ma'am. I am good.
that's
Well,
definitely
anyway,
not
listen, our girl
cool.
Martha Stewart. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and see what Martha Stewart said. Producer, can you go ahead and pull that thing up for us real quick one time? Let's see what Martha Stewart, because you know.
You got a crush on Martha
Listen,
Stewart
that's
now?
a fire ass picture
You
of
have a
Martha
crush on
Stewart.
Martha Stewart
That's
now?
a fire ass picture of Martha Stewart. Okay,
Jesus.
Martha Stewart is out here looking young. Okay,
Wow.
so anyway,
You're hitting on Martha Stewart?
right? Wow, listen, man,
Thank
Martha
God she's
Stewart.
not my friend.
Listen, Martha Stewart
She'd
probably got
probably
a
marry you. You
yo,
would probably
right? She
marry
probably
her.
would. Mustache looking all thick and shit. You feel
Oh
me?
my
They
God.
probably like, damn, I
Calm
like
down.
him.
Calm
Anyway,
down.
so Miss Martha Stewart was sharing her dating struggles with Chelsea Handler on her Dear Chelsea podcast. Shout out to Chelsea Handler one time. When the multi hyphenated review, I don't even, to be honest, I don't understand why people put extra bullshit words in. Anyway, well, she revealed that the two men that she has secretly been attracted to were already married. She said, I had two mad crushes in the last month, which is really good for me, she
Oh
said.
my
But it
God.
turns out, one of them is married to the mother of some friends of mine. And I just, he's just so attractive. Handler warned her about not being a homewrecker, to which Stewart assured the comedian that she would never put herself in such a position, adding, and that's where I meet men. They're all married to friends of mine or something like that. Well, it's very
What?
difficult because I think there are certain ages we go through where it's very tempting because you want to believe that, oh, maybe this relationship that they're in is temporary. Chelsea Handler responded. So Stewart proposed a possible alternative solution to this particular dilemma that would take her friends out of the picture, or maybe they'll die,
What?
she
She's
said
gonna kill them?
jokingly with a laugh. I always think, oh gosh, couldn't that person just die? Stewart continued. Yeah, not painfully, just die, but it hasn't worked out. Martha and her publisher, Andrew Stewart, got divorced in 1990 after being married for nearly 3 decades. First off, Martha Stewart, you an old ass bitch out here in these streets. I'm not gonna
Yo.
hold you, girl. You old. You was divorced from a dude, and y'all were married in the 90s for 3 decades. Come on, man.
Yo, do you know that she dated Anthony Hopkins? But she said that she broke up with him because she couldn't stop thinking of him being Hannibal Lecter in the movie
Yo, I
Silence of
believe
the
it.
Lambs, and she has this a big ass scary house in Maine, and she was like, it's like by itself on hundreds of acres, on 100 acres in a forest, so she couldn't even imagine taking him there.
Yeah, so he could eat your ass.
That's hilarious.
I mean, in a figurative sense.
I mean, yeah, he did. He was a cannibal in the film, so
Listen, sometimes you
I'm
gotta
sure that
sometimes you gotta
that's
do what you gotta do.
something that you got to think about when you're dating somebody.
Yeah, especially
Like
somebody like
how?
booty eating.
How? Like, was that
Well, Hannibal Lecter
you
ate a
pretty
brain.
you acted that out very well.
Listen,
Starting
Martha
to
Stewart,
wonder.
you are a freak, okay? I guarantee you, Martha Stewart probably paid for gigolos to come through and knock her
Probably.
down one time. I
I
see
wouldn't
it.
be
She
surprised.
probably got Hispanic, right? She probably got a little
Black.
right? I don't see, right? She probably like, yo, I date white people, but I gotta
They're
have,
boring.
yeah, right? Yo, listen, man. Miss Yo Yo was watching this one show, man. And the girl told her man, she was like, yo, your sex is vanilla, nigga. Said, what? Said, yeah, man, your sex is, it ain't, I ain't used to it. I ain't used to it. I told Miss Yo Yo, I said, that's because she be having sex with people that's way darker than that brother that dude that she with. And dude just looked crushed
But they're still together, which is kind of
because
weird.
she cheating.
Yeah,
That's
they're
why. Cause
actually still together.
yo, cause she cheating. She rather cheating openly or she cheating and not getting caught. Is one of the two.
Who knows?
Is one of the
You're
two.
probably right.
One of the two.
And
You
that was
feel
not
me?
from Married at First Sight, actually.
Yes,
That's
that
what you said,
was.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, this is about that time, about that break time. You feel me? Because that's that time where, we can take a break and you can take a break. So make sure you go ahead, get yourself some snacks or something. You feel me? Get yourself, whatever
Something
you,
to drink,
yo,
a
something to
little
drink,
drink.
a little
It's a
drinky
Monday.
drink. You
Maybe you
feel
don't want to
me?
drink, but
Yo,
anything. It
if you
doesn't
don't
have to
want
be
to,
alcohol.
yo, it don't got to be alcohol now, baby. You feel me? If you don't want to drink, you ain't got to drink now. You feel me? But this next joint is it is a mix, a DJ mix. So shout out to the DJ one time for this mix. But it's a DJ mix. Hopefully you guys like it. I think it was pretty dope. And hey, we are going to see y'all back here in about 3 minutes and some change. So make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to the Not Your Average Podcast crew now on all streaming platforms. Shout out to Martha Stewart. Y'all see Martha Stewart? She out here. She crazy, right? So anyway, make sure you guys subscribe to the Not Your Average Podcast crew on all streaming platforms. That's iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google, whatever, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, iHeart, Podcast Addict. We are literally everywhere. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe. New episodes on all those streaming platforms this Wednesday, every Wednesday. So make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe. But y'all go ahead and tune into this next joint. Yeah, and we'll see y'all here in a few. I'm in a bit, a bit, a bit, a bit. You already know what you did now, baby. You joined the Illers crew on a Monday, okay? And that's rather you getting it on a Monday morning, you feel me? A Monday afternoon, you feel me? Because we are out here making it do what it do, and that's grown folk style. You feel me? You feel me? Speaking of grown folk style, where Miss Yo Yo go? Miss Yo Yo, Miss Yo Yo. Oh, where have Miss Yo Yo gone? Anyway, you already know we're back live and full of fucking feck. We appreciate everybody that came back with us. Yo, shout out to that DJ for that fire ass mix. That shit was fire. That shit was super fire. You know what else is fire? The fact that we ran 5 miles today.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, if you haven't ran in a long time, it's almost
Whew.
like setting fire to your lungs.
Yes.
It's
No, your legs.
legs, lungs, legs. You feel me? You got your head above your head, your legs,
Mhm.
and you feel me? Yeah. Hey, listen, fuck it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. If you had a choice, Miss Yo Yo,
Yes.
you had a choice, right?
Mhm.
Would you go to? Would you run to? Excuse me. Would you run to? Would you run 20 miles, or would you go ahead and subscribe to the Not Your Average Podcast crew?
I would definitely subscribe to the Not Your Average
Hey,
Podcast crew.
listen, maybe Phil will run that 20 miles. Maybe Phil will run that
Definitely.
20 miles for you.
Definitely.
Well, back into this awesome news in this area. So Jordan Peele, right? He was just doing an interview with Empire Magazine, right? And he recalls telling Daniel, brother, listen, I'm gonna fuck your name up.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm just gonna let you know. I'm gonna fuck your name up. No harm, no foul. Well, anyway, he recalls telling Daniel Kaluuya, Cal, the dude from Get Out, okay, the brother from Get Out, all right.
Mhm.
Well, he told him, he said, "You're gonna be my Robert De Niro. You're gonna be my Robert De Niro." So Jordan Peele and Daniel could be some of the most prolific collaborators in film of all time, because
Wow.
that's how I feel. During
Yeah.
a recent interview with Empire Magazine, Peele spoke about his working relationship with Daniel and his plans to keep teaming up throughout their careers, much like who else? Martin Scorsese and actor Robert De Niro. Mr. Peel says it's so funny, but by the point I was in the middle of shooting Get Out, that's what I was telling him. Peel recalled. I was like, makes this serious eye contact like this. All right. Say, check this out, bro. Right? Says, I was like, you're my Robert De Niro. You're you're my Robert De Niro, bro. You're my Robert De Niro. You're my Bobby. You're my Bobby. Bobby De Niro. That's who you are for me.
Yep.
He continued to say, I was like, I need you to be in the future ones too, man. You could just tell what we had in him as a performer from the very beginning. As you guys know, Scorsese and De Niro joined forces on multiple projects since the 1970s, including Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, Goodfellas, Cape Fear, The Irishman. Peele and Daniel first worked together on their Academy Award winning film Get Out, which marked Peele's directorial debut and Daniel's breakout role, which is fire. Um, Peel continued to say, we had a bond, right? We have a true bond. The first big movie he was a lead in, and my directorial debut, as you know, it was on Get Out. And we bonded because we went through that together. In the beginning of that, it feels like two people who have faith in each other. Then by the end, it all works. So I just couldn't wait to further that relationship and explore a completely new character with Daniel.
Mhm.
One thing that surprised me the most about Alexa is the companionship, excuse me, is the companionship we have with it. That is not it. That is actually part of, unfortunately, that is part of the article from last week. The two are the two are gearing up for the premiere of Nope, a sci-fi horror flick directed by Peele and
Yeah.
starring Daniel as O.J. Haywood. The film tells the story of O.J. and his sister Emerald Haywood, Kiki Palmer, who
Mhm.
both own and operate the only black-owned horse ranch in Hollywood. Nope co-stars Stephen Yen, Brandon Pera, Michael Wincock, and Barbie Ferreira. It'll hit theaters next week.
Yeah, July 22nd.
I think it's
This
so
week.
important
Oh, no,
to,
next week, sorry. Mhm.
yeah, right. I think it's so important for a lot of these black uh directors to say things like that, right?
Yeah.
Because I believe if you pump, especially with a young actor like that, if
Mhm.
you pump that confidence in them, like, listen, yo, you are going to be my guy. You are
Right.
going to be my guy. Like, how could you not? Like, how could you not want to be like, damn, I gotta work with this guy more. I gotta do
Yeah.
more. You feel me? Like, and then the dude, and because yo, Daniel played um brother Chairman, right?
Mhm.
Played Fred Hampton. He did a great job at that shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to him for that fucking amazing role. But yo, the whole thing in general was listen, the whole thing, the whole process of what they did with Get Out was amazing. The storytelling in it, it
Yeah.
makes it made you want to know more about the story. I want to know, you got rid of one crazy ass white family that was out here kidnapping Negroes and shit like that. But what
Yeah.
about the rest of them? Like, shit ain't over. Shit ain't over, cuz shit ain't over. But I think it's very important, especially because listen, I want to see more American black,
Mhm.
folks pop up on the screen. But I do know, unfortunately, because they don't possibly have an English accent or an
Yeah.
accent for that matter, they are getting looked over, unfortunately. And then some people do say that overseas actors, right, over the pond actors, across the pond actors, if you will, they they feel like they're more theater driven and more serious about their craft,
Yeah.
when I think people here are serious about their craft. You know, I think it all depends on the ranges. Like, shout out to Samuel Jackson. He's perfect example. Like, yo, he can hit whatever range you need him to hit at
Mhm.
any given time. He can be a crackhead, he could be a cop.
Yeah. No, but we need a lot more younger actors, black actors too, you know?
Hmm.
So,
Because at the end of the day, man, listen, I've been seeing Kiki Palmer for about 20 years. Okay. That's number one. Number two, like, when we're talking about, listen, I feel like we had more black leading people in the 90s.
yeah.
Don't
And
you feel like that?
yeah, I mean that movie Get Out was a huge success. It That movie grossed 255 million worldwide on a
No,
4.5 million budget
mhm.
that became the excuse me, the 10th most profitable film of 2017.
Listen, and still making money off of it.
Mhm.
Still making money off of it. But you know what? Yeah, I want to see. I don't like, where does Spike Lee's at? That's
I
my
don't
question.
know.
Where's Spike Lee at? You feel me? Where's the John Singletons at? Like, shout out to, Jordan Peele for doing his thing, but who else is out there?
Yeah.
What other awesome black or brown fucking directors that can hire your own people, tell stories from your own people. You feel me? You got to be able to do that. We got to be able to
Yeah.
do that.
And then that Get Out it made history because They received Oscar nominations for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Original Screenplay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so pretty great.
Pretty great. It's pretty great. Do you know what's not pretty great? Is this story that we got next? Okay. I wish I had one of those breaking news joints. Breaking news. So, as you guys know, Robert Kelly was sentenced
Oh, jeez.
to
What, 40 years? No,
30
I'm
years. He
sorry.
was sentenced 30 years to the booty house.
Jesus.
And if you don't know what the booty house is, go back in this video. You'll find out what the booty house is. So, anyway, court documents. Matter of fact, you know what? Producer, one time before we get into it, let's go ahead and show the people what we got in store this R. Kelly situation before we actually get into it.
Coached her.
The mama is coaching the daughter,
Jesus.
okay? Coaching the babies, okay?
That's horrible.
Now, as I told y'all, you know your boy Phil he got that cataracts. You feel me? He got that. Your boy Phil, he got
You
that.
have cataracts? No, you don't.
Listen, man, I got whatever the Lord tell me that I got. You feel me?
The Holy Spirit.
You feel me? I hear that. I hear that. So, in these new court docs, right, it shows or it says allegedly that transcripts from the R. Kelly case shows that a Jane Doe and her mother plotted to seduce R. Kelly and get his attention at a concert when she was 17 years old.
Wow.
The mother coerced her on how to seduce R. Kelly and also encouraged her to go to the hotel room.
Girl, you wanna go to my hotel?
Go ahead, sing that shit.
Maybe I can get
Yo, rookie. Come on, sing that shit. Been about a hotel.
I wanna get with you because you're a cutie.
Right? We out here really
If
singing
you
this
wanna
R. Kelly.
go to
Hotel.
Listen, if
Holla at me.
you know what's crazy is that all these songs, like, yeah, they're so catchy, they're so good, and then you start really kind of like putting it all together, and you're like, damn, he was basically telling us his story.
Hey man, allegedly,
In
man.
all these songs.
Allegedly.
I'm sorry.
Allegedly.
Yo, do you know that he's been in jail since July of 2019?
Damn.
That's crazy.
Damn. All because he couldn't pay people. All because he
That's
couldn't pay people no
insane.
more. Hold on, let me bring up before
He
we
was
show
found
y'all.
guilty of all 9 counts against him in September. It was a 6-week trial that revealed that he had used his employees and his intermediaries to lure fans and singers into sexually abusive and controlling conditions. He allegedly including locking them in rooms without food or access to a bathroom for days. He was convicted of racketeering and 8 counts of violating the Mann Act, which prohibits transporting people across state lines for prostitution.
Okay.
45 witnesses testified for the
Man,
government.
hell nah, man. Hell nah. Listen.
He's 55 and probably going to die in prison.
Listen. Keep on fighting. Anyway, so the documents say, right? It says you should text him and be like, you're gonna be my boo, and see what he say. To which Jane, who is the so-called the alleged victim, right? Jane, she responded, laughing my ass off. Because sometimes when I put laughing my ass off, I'm really looking like this. Looking all mean and shit. Anyway, so Jane traveled independently to meet the defendant, R. Kelly, in Stockton, California, where he was performing on May 1st, 2015. She stayed in contact with her mother the entire time. At one point, Jane explained to her mother how she ended up going to Stockton to see the defendant's performance. She said, I told you, he asked me, did I want to come to his show? I said, of course. And he said, okay, then let's pack this stuff up. He was even putting stuff in my bag. Jane and her mother remained in constant communication before the defendant's show. Jane's mother instructed her about what to wear and made suggestions about how she should behave at the defendant's show. The mother stated, I would blow him a kiss, just a little kiss, and
What?
wink at him and bite the tip of your finger, you
I'm
know.
sorry.
Oh, see,
That made
damn,
me.
damn. Come on, man. Let me get my shit off. Here we go.
Oh
Here we go.
God.
Wink at him, man. Bite the tip of your finger. First off, okay, anyway. Bite the tip of your finger with and mess with him real good. Do something seductive,
The
then make
fuck?
a silly face, laugh out loud. Jane and her mother continued to text throughout the defendant's performance. At one point, Jane and her mother exchanged the following text. Jane, he's singing the whole show to me. Mom, laugh out loud. Too funny. Jane, for real. Jane, laughing my ass off. Jane, this man is in love. Mom, oh my God, you gonna marry him and have his babies.
Oh my
Mom,
God.
laugh out loud. My son-in-law is gonna be older than me. Mom, too dang funny. Jane, laughing my ass off.
Oh my
And it
God.
continues, right? It continues to say, you better get signed, right? That's right. You better get signed first and then get married second. And the mom says, he gonna seduce you tonight. Jane, laugh out loud. Mom, you have to give him a massage. You have to give him a massage before he goes to bed. Jane, laughing my ass off. No, I doubt it. Girl, mom, girl, you better, or he'll get someone else to do it. Mm-mm. Then the transcript continues to say Jane's mother continued to uh, en- encourage her to seduce the defendant. At one point, Jane told her mother she was catching feelings or caught feelings for the defendant.
Oh my God.
According to Jane, she and the defendant had sexual intercourse for the first time after the concert. At no point during her travels with the defendant in California in April and May of 2015 did Jane disclose that she was 17 years of age or that she had lied to him
Oh my
about her age.
God.
After the trip to California, Jane traveled to meet the defendant in Las Vegas where he was performing.
Jesus.
No rational juror could conclude that the defendants enticed, persuaded, in induced or coerced Jane to travel to California.
Mm-mm.
Jane's contemporaneous conversations with her mother shows that the defendant invited Jane to join him and she excitedly accepted it. When her mother asked her when he asked her to travel, Jane told her mother, whenever I tell him I can go tomorrow if I choose. By her own admission, Jane chose to travel with the defendant because she wanted to, and her mother encouraged her. Whilst this court concluded that Jane's parents' testimony was not relevant for the purpose defense counsel sought to introduce it, Jane's text with her mother um, was introduced to as government
Evidence.
evidence. Wow.
Just imagine the luck that it takes to get to a position where you're this famous, rich, well known. You literally could have had any woman you wanted, but
He did,
instead you pulled this shit.
but he did though. He had women and he had women, women and girls. Like
It's just insane and pretty disgusting. I mean, the fact that he could lure fans and hopeful
time
hopeful
out.
singers into
Nah,
sexually abusive
hell,
and
fuck,
controlling
man. Nope,
conditions,
nope.
locking them in rooms without food
We
or
not doing
access to the
that. We not do.
bathroom.
Come on, man. But everybody else sit there and say, "Yo, R. Kelly was the nicest man." I don't
I
want
mean,
to
he was
hear that.
probably nice,
Listen,
but
listen, listen.
he had
Don't
his demons, like,
no,
doing
don't
stuff, crazy
don't
shit.
tell me
He was,
shit.
like, very
Go
he
ahead.
seems just very eccentric.
Listen, don't tell me shit, okay?
I'm not gonna
When
sit here and say that people didn't have choices,
so
and
tell me
things like
this.
this that you just mentioned probably happened more than once.
So tell me
There's
this.
more parents out there that did that
It's
shit probably
all of
to
the
their
parents.
kids.
It's all of the there is no way possible that you as a parent don't know where your 17-year-old child is. There is no way that you as a parent allow your 17-year-old child to just gallivant off in other fucking cities like that.
He could have had women, instead he had
He did have
girls.
women.
Girls. He
He
had
did have
girls.
women.
He had girls.
He had women too. Come on, man. He had women too. Listen, I work at a very well known establishment. And you know what? A young girl tried to get in. I looked at the ID. The ID was obviously fake. I looked at the face of the girl. The girl was obviously very young. And you know what these folks told me in my little earpiece? Hey, man, we got it. Hey, hey, man, go to the back, man. Go to the back. I think somebody needs you over there. I think somebody needs you over there.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Not only that, when I tell people like, yo, man, because my homeboy one day was like, yo, man, he should have asked for ID. I said, bro, I've been in a club with you, bro, and I've never seen you ask nobody for any ID. So if you in a club, you already have the assumption she old enough.
Yeah.
How many people are looking at IDs after a club?
I don't know.
And if a nigga, if you got a drink in your hand, how do I know what that is? You could have cranberry and vodka, or you could just have regular cranberry.
True.
You could have Red Bull, or you could have Red Bull and vodka in there. How do I know? I
That's
don't
true.
know. But if you out here looking scandalous, you in a club. I was clubbing at 17, but I was also in like a teen club.
Exactly.
So I wasn't out here like, yo, I'm trying to get backstage to fucking a Tony Braxton concert. First off, I look young now. So imagine how I look back then, right? Even more like a baby. Like, hey, fuck out of here. Tony Braxton probably would like my swag though. I ain't gonna hold you. Right? She
He
would have
definitely
definitely.
should have listened to his mind and not his body.
Yo, man, relax, okay, with your jokes, okay? That brother is having a hard time right
Don't be
now.
like R. Kelly. Listen to your mind.
Yeah, don't be like R. Kelly.
All right. Ask
Fellas,
for ID.
please
Ask for
ask for
ID. Let me see the ID.
ID. Come on, man.
And if it ain't, and then if it ain't like the real like state issued ID, that
Listen,
shit's fake. That
bef-
shit's fake. No other ID but a state ID. You need to have a state ID. From whatever
listen,
state you are, you need to have a state ID or
listen.
a driver's
Before
license.
before we get to the
Or
next,
carry your damn birth certificate. I need to see your birth certificate. How about
damn,
that?
I think I got mine. Before we get to the next scumbag, producer, real quick,
He needs
just so
therapy.
folks
Do
just
they
so
give
folks
therapy
can
in jail, in
see just
prison?
so folks can see these transcripts. Let's bring these
Yo, does
transcripts.
he still have money or is he just broke?
We got to look that up.
I
Well,
wonder if he still
listen,
does he go to a
while
nice prison or
while
he
the
just goes to the
producer
rest of the
while
prison
the
with the rest of the
producer
crowd?
pulls up the transcripts so everybody can kind of see and know that
Is he
yo,
just
it ain't
thrown into
us.
a cellar with another random Joe from the nearby street gang?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what
No, high
happens.
profile prisoners are treated differently than
That nigga is high profile no more. He's
that's
not high
true.
profile no more. Real quick, producer, go ahead and let's look at these documents real quick. these niggas is nasty. Unfortunately, he nasty. And Miss Yo-Yo was saying, yo, it's pretty, yo, you a nasty ass dude. Plain and simple. You a nasty dude that you should not be out here. Bro, come on,
But are you
man.
still listening to his music?
You fucking right. What do you mean? Come on, man. Come on. This nigga was, yo, man.
Listen, the
If
signs
I could turn back the
the
hands
signs
of
have the
time.
signs have been there for a very long time. He married 15-year-old Aaliyah when he was what, like 30 years old?
Yo, he wasn't
What the
30. He
fuck?
wasn't 30.
Okay,
He
how
wasn't
old was
30.
he?
He
How
was
old
like
was he?
25.
No, he fucking wasn't. Look that shit up.
Oh shit, yo, y'all hear how she talking to me, y'all? Y'all hear how she? Come on, nah.
I don't know, but can you imagine? Like they're probably arguing in prison. Like, yo, should we pee on him? Like,
Oh,
who's
yo,
gonna
come
pee on him
on.
first?
Why you so nasty, huh? Why you so nasty?
I'm not nasty.
Yo,
I'm
you out
just
here ready to
speaking
pee
shit.
all over that man. Come on,
A
man.
lot of people, a lot of people in prison
Yo,
are gonna be doing a lot of what they want with his body.
you ready to just defecate all over this man. Just hey, I'm gonna go ahead and relieve some things on you. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind.
Oh man,
I hope you
that's
don't
fucking
mind.
sad.
Yo, that shit is sad. That shit is beyond sad. And it's sad because you goofy ass niggas did not subscribe to the Not Your Average Podcast crew, which you need to. You better do it
Damn,
soon.
but at least if he was locked up when he was like younger, he would have been able to get out. Now at a decent time, but now fucking 55 doing 30 years in prison, that's it. It's a wrap.
Yo, Nas said it best, man. Yo, go to jail at 40. Yo, you're done.
It's a damn shame it took so long to get him locked
Come
up.
on, man. Why should he get locked up? For what?
He ain't gonna see the light of day.
So my thing is this. So you just did not give no blame to this mother who sat here and
Oh no, that's
openly,
disgusting. They thought that was a big joke, but that shit is fucked up.
once again, I did not hear you jump
Listen,
down these parents' throat.
they need to get prosecuted too. All the fucking parents, all of them, prosecute them all, put their asses all in jail.
Then they'll all be eating
Period.
each other's asses.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing wrong with eating a little ass now. Maybe you should have a bib, maybe a napkin, just in case it gets messy. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the Not Your Average Podcast crew, now on all platforms, streaming every Monday. And the audio will go out every Wednesday on all streaming platforms. Miss Yo-Yo, for one of our last segments, if you will, not even segments, articles, could you go ahead and tell us what's going on with Justine
That's another
Maxine?
person that only
If
got
any, come
20,
on, man.
20 years,
If
and
anything,
R.
she
Kelly
need to
gets
go to
30.
jail.
She needs more time.
She need a
Her
lot more time.
sentence,
She
she
need
needs
a
more than
lot more
20
time.
years. Like I believe she did far worse. She committed far worse shit than he did.
Far worse.
All right.
Far worse.
How is that even possible that she only gets 20 years?
Because
It's not long enough. It's definitely not long enough.
hey, that's what she said. I'm playing. Ain't nobody ever said that shit.
Listen, she was sentenced formally to 20 years in prison for her participation, which we all know with this Jerry Epstein sex trafficking ring. She filed an appeal through her legal team. Not only is she appealing to her sentencing, but she's also appealing her initial conviction and all the fines that she was ordered to pay. This woman has some nerve. According to new documents filed, her attorney in the Southern District of New York is hoping to be she's hoping to be released from prison by filing an appeal.
What?
Forbes reports that she is appealing her conviction, right? And the $750,000 fine she's required to pay. Her appeal shouldn't come as much of a surprise, as her legal team previously stated that was in the works. The appeal has been since directed to the U.S. Court of Appeals based on new records from the court docket Interestingly, the appeal did not include why Maxwell should have her sentence and conviction overturned. However, it may have something to do with what she previously stated in court. What the hell are you doing? During her trial, Maxwell said she believed the trial should have been thrown out due to one of the jurors being a sexual abuse victim and failing to report that information on the pretrial forms. Okay, I get that. That's true. They shouldn't have had that juror. They should throw that out. But let's be real. That should not minimize or take away from what the hell she did. She participated in this shit. She was a part of this shit. That whole shit just pisses me off because it's like how do they get away with that shit?
I'll tell you how.
I
Because
can't believe they're getting away with that. He
they
got
have
far more time than her.
yeah, and guess what? I guarantee you she'll get out.
Make it make sense, please.
What I tell you the other day, yo, it's easier for it takes longer for you to actually file the appeal and have the appeal actually read as opposed to when it comes to actually so if you was to commit a crime, right? And you want to do whatever, right? My job is to get you convicted as quick as possible. Therefore, whatever other crazy evidence and things like that you got, um, pretty much is all a game, man. Like I said, it is a lot harder for you to put that appeal in and get that appeal
I think you
approved.
only get a certain number of appeals before
I think it's like 3.
before they're like you keep getting denied. That's it. Like there's no other. It has to
Well,
go
I
to
think
like
well, I think I think with appeals, if I'm not mistaken, your boy Phil was studying law for a little bit, for a little bit. But anyway, if I'm not mistaken, you have to present new evidence for
hmm.
each appeal. Like you can't come to me with the same shit that you had 5 years ago. Then I'm gonna be like, no, no,
Yeah.
no. But if you have something new that's like, yo, I wasn't a part of it. Like, how you going? I don't understand. How the fuck you going? How do you think you are going to get out
Hers is
when
definitely a slap in the
you?
wrist compared to his. I mean, I don't know. I just think that she definitely should
Well,
have got more time.
I don't think 20 years is a slap on the wrist. I think,
For the shit that she did, yeah, it is.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah, it is.
Cause you're nasty. You're nasty. Cause wasn't she like his handler or some shit
Yes,
or
she was like the main person.
the madam?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Basically like a um a pimp.
Well, would he be the? Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was
No,
the
like she
madam.
was
She's the madam.
yeah, yeah.
That's pretty much what
Exactly.
female pimps are. Shout out to all the madams out there in
Exactly.
the
She's a
world.
female pimp.
Shout
Exactly.
out to all the madams in the world. Shout out to all y'all for rocking with us. Shout out to y'all for rocking with us. We appreciate y'all. Before we get up out of here, we're gonna go ahead and go through that. You already know that top 10 Billboard of this week. So at number 1, we have Harry Styles with As It Was. At number 2, we got Jack Harlow with First Class. Then we at number 3, we got Lizzo with About Damn Time. At number 4, we got Wait for You, Future featuring Drake and Thames. At number 5, we got Drake with Jimmy Cooks. Drake featuring 21 Savage. At number 6, we got Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. At number 7 is our girl Beyonce with Break My Soul. Listen, I really listened to that joint a couple days ago, and that thing is fire. Like, you can't help but to sing, You won't break my soul, you won't break my soul, right? At number 8, we got Me, Porto Bonito, Bad Bunny,
Bad Bunny.
and what? What's that dude name?
Chencho
Chencho
Corleone.
Coleone.
Yo,
Coleone.
that Bad Bunny album is pretty dope too.
Is it? I might have to listen
Yes.
to it. At number
Yes.
9 is Glass Animals with Heat Waves. And at number 10 is Joji with Glimpse of Us. So shout out to all those artists that are climbing the charts. Shout out to all the new artists that are out there that are just making the charts. Whether you are away at fucking 200, shout out to you because you got on
You
there.
made
You
it.
fucking made it. So shout out to you guys. Miss Yo-Yo,
What's up?
we at the end.
Oh,
We
great.
at the end. This is
I'm
it. This is
sad,
it. Are
but
you?
I'm tired.
Hey, I know, cause she was partying, and then your boy Phil made her run 5 miles for all that partying she did. So we had to make up for it.
Basically.
We had to make up for it. Well, Miss Yo-Yo, before we get up out of here, you already know. Go ahead and say bye to the people.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed the show. I hope you guys come back. Make sure you're subscribed and you can watch this at any time. Just hit that play button and you'll be able to watch all our episodes here on YouTube. And again, my name is Miss Yo-Yo, and it was my absolute pleasure to bring you the best news and entertainment.
Oh snap! Is that how we rocking? Shit, let me sit up, man. Listen. You already know what you done did, how you did it, okay? You're rocking with us. You rocked with us for this long. We want to say we appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. If you guys have any other articles, any interesting news, some wild spilled tea, it doesn't matter. Not spilled tea, but spilled juice, right?
Right.
Because everybody drinks tea,
You
but
know,
everybody love a little cold juice every now
exactly.
and then. You feel me? So make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you hit us on our email at notyouravagepodcastcrew@gmail.com, or you could just slide into our DMs on IG at Not Your Average Podcast Crew, or you can just travel on over to Creative Minds Music Group and creativemindsmusicgroup.cmmg, and you can always reach us, or you can reach us on Facebook at the Not Your Average Podcast Crew as well. We everywhere. Listen, we are everywhere. You can find us everywhere. Miss Yo-Yo, did you leave the people with like a encouraging piece of word or
Damn.
got them? See, she don't be ready. I got something for the people. You got something. I'm gonna let you look something up for the people.
Oh
and
no.
Then, okay, here it is. One of the happiest moments in life is when you find the courage to let go of what you cannot change.
Ooh,
Listen,
I like
let that thing go. Shout out to
I
Kareem
like
Biggs,
that.
let that thing go because it ain't worth it, baby. It ain't worth it.
That's
It
a
ain't
good one.
worth
That's
it.
a really good one. Wow.
It ain't worth it,
I like
baby.
that. I like
It
that a
ain't
lot.
worth it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. They say your boy ain't done. The strongest people aren't those that show strength. It is those.
Okay.
Damn. So you know what, man? Let me go. I'm a.
Now
You know
you
what? I'm out.
definitely
out.
going into
I'm
deep
out.
now. Let's
I'm out.
let's
I'm out. I'm out. See, I
Oh man.
tried to be all deep and shit, and
To be continued next week. So tune in. Stay tuned.
okay. Before we go, okay, this is a real one. This is a real one. Remember, for this week, right? Because all these hamdulillah folk be like that, right? A real partner pushes you to your breakthrough, not to your breaking point.
Ooh.
So, ladies and gentlemen, with that,
You do both.
And this is why we gotta go ahead and start finding people, okay? That's FINE. There it is. Oh my God, you got me out here flustered. Oh,
But
for
I
blanga
still love
dangin'. Anyway, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you come and catch us same time, same place, always a different headspace. And we'll see you when we see you. Peace.
Start up the phonograph.
Party people in the place to be. On a fresh style, let me show you. People's in the place to be. This is dope on plastic. Party people in the place to be. On a fresh style, let me show you. Yo.